I'm on YouTube, which I kind of regret doing. That was kind of an impulse, but whatever. But I'm going to just really quickly try and figure out if I can't fix the D-Live situation. But it's like, I might as well stream to that second channel, and the only other channel that, like, not the only other channel, but I don't know. Good old YouTube. Even though they piss me off. But I feel like everything on the internet pisses me off. It's unavoidable. Yeah, restream. Oh. Nope, that's not right. That's annoying. Excuse me, I'm just talking to the internet right now. See? And then let's see here, channels, and then try re-adding my D-Live channel.
Hey, look who's still alive and streaming on YouTube.
I know. Well, who is this? Who is this?
Who's still alive and streaming on YouTube.
Mort!
How are ya?
Oh my gosh, I feel like I just time traveled back a few years. Yeah, I've just, you know what happened? Restream, the multi-streaming platform I use, decreased the number of platforms you can stream to simultaneously to 2 channels. And so I've been picking Twitch for all the good it does me, and D-Live. But D-Live isn't working, which I'm troubleshooting right now. And I was like, well, you know, I should make use of the 2 channel thing. I haven't been on YouTube in a while. Another reason I don't stream like regularly on YouTube is because I just I don't know. I've nuked 2 YouTube channels before just because I got overwhelmed with the amount of embarrassing shit that I had. And you can make the argument, oh, Renzo, you shouldn't be embarrassed by any of it. Well, you know what? You're right, but I am. And sometimes I smoke and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at my content and I'm like, you know what? This gotta go. And I don't want that to happen again. So I'm trying to like just kind of figure out strategies to, you know, not do that. Have that happen. Low key. But none of this is official. This is just kind of me like brainstorming the subconscious reasons why I haven't been on YouTube as much. But how are you, Mortz? How is Germany? My good, it's been a while. I don't know what's going on anywhere. Huh. Now let's get political. No, we don't have to get political. Unless you want to get political. Actually, Mort, something you said to me once that really, really angered me. I've thought about it a lot.
I see.
And I see where you're coming from. One time you said, and I still think that everybody has a right to an opinion, even if you don't know what you're talking about. But you were like, you don't know what you're talking about. Your opinion is stupid. And I was like, how dare you? But you know what? I think I see where you're coming from. I can see how that would be frustrating, having to listen to someone give their opinion about something over a matter of which they know nothing. And it's something that you experience all the time, you know? But, you know, I think part of the reason is we all just need to be better at communicating and admitting when they're wrong. I don't know about in Germany, but in America, people are mean. They'll be like, haha, you're wrong. And they bully each other on the internet. And I'm like, no wonder we're in such trouble. Don't even get me started. I apologize for the embarrassingness of our current administration.
I am good, THX. Germany. We will see what the new government will do.
Oh, yeah, y'all.
I am good, THX. Germany. We will see what the new government will do.
Well, you know what? Over here in America, man, that's pretty much what I was, like, my mindset. And I'll admit it, I voted for Trump. I'm very embarrassed by my vote now. But not too embarrassed, you know? Like, I'm not gonna let it, like, I'm not gonna feel shamed by it. But I don't know about y'all in Germany, but America, just going and voting is something that's really important to us. Even if it is for the wrong person. And that's something that I feel like resonates with me. I feel like I see why that is a thing. Even though we kind of, you know, suck. But it's not that we suck. It's just the people in power figure out a way to take, you know, dig their claws into the system. Regardless of our attempt to not. So is your new government looking optimistic? Is that too personal? Not personal, but I guess personal. Is that too contrary? Actually, I could ask a lot of questions that might be kind of personal. So I don't know. And this is what I mean by, like, you know, hold on, Renzo, hold on. These are real people going through some real shit. All right? You're not a journalist. All right? First of all. Second of all, you know? But, I don't know. I'm on the spectrum. And I'm not using that as an excuse. I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. Or too uncomfortable. I don't want to make people feel bad. I don't want people to, like, I don't want to, like, take somebody who's, like, here and bring him down here. And especially if it stays that way. I don't want to.
I don't think they will do good, but we will see. I don't think they will do good, but we will see.
I feel like that's, you know.
Just ask, it's fine XD. Just ask, it's fine XD.
Alright, here we go. Well, how are things, and that's just like, I'm just so curious because, like, you live over there and stuff, so I feel like, you know, kind of going off what you said to me earlier, like, you live over there, so I feel like you know, you're just one person, but I feel like, you know, I never know what to believe over here. There's so much propaganda from everywhere. But how has the war in Ukraine affected y'all at all? Aside from, like, opinion, I'm just, like, curious, like, how are y'all over there in Europe? And again, I'm sorry, our president is making an idiot, an ass out of us, and going and just shitting on alliances that I thought were very beautiful. You know? Oh, the globalist. All right, you know what? That doesn't mean you go and isolate yourself. That is going backwards. We might as well go be cavemen again. We can have our cake and eat it too, darn it. But no. The people in charge want to be in charge. Renzo, what are you even talking about? I don't know. I haven't actually heard... The last thing I've heard was just Trump accepting a plane or something, which... Of all the things he's done, I find that one of the lesser offensive things. However, I see why people are offended.
Not really. We had a lot of people coming to Germany, but other than that, Not really. We had a lot of people coming to Germany, but other than that,
Like Ukrainians? How's y'all's economy? If you don't mind my asking. Ours sucks right now. Oh, definitely, like, not. I'm not like, you know, oh, look at that American who thinks they're all, you know. No, I don't. No, we suck over here. No, I shouldn't say that.
yes, lots of women. Yes, lots of women.
That's sad. What, did all the men die? That's like real shit. Does Putin ever bother you guys?
The economy isn't great, but we hang in there. New government will try to help make it grow again. The economy isn't great, but we hang in there. New government will try to help make it grow again.
That's what they all say. Well, if y'all figure out a secret, you should let us know. Cause
The men weren't allowed to leave the country. The
They
men
weren't?
weren't allowed to leave the country.
I don't know how I feel about that. Just like from a philosophical point of view. I don't like the idea of people telling people that they can't go where they please, as long as they're not like.
What do you want to know about Putin? What do you want to know about Putin?
Honestly, I don't even know. Is he scared? Does he scare y'all? Should I be scared of him? What do y'all think of China and Israel?
The Ukrainian men had to fight. The Ukrainian men had to fight.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about drafts. That's always something, but I realize that that's not an opinion that, like, I don't like, I don't believe in the draft, because, like, I've never lived through a war. At least not, you know, we had the Iraq war and stuff, but nothing like on the homeland in my lifetime, knock on wood. And so maybe my opinion would change if I've been through something like that. So that's not an opinion that I really have, like, you know, that's my privileged, you know, civilian opinion. But, like, how dare the government tell me I have to go fight? Fuck that. When I say mean, I mean, like, you know, me as in general. I realize I'm a girl. Girls don't get drafted. However, I feel like if you're gonna draft, well, I see why they don't. Never mind. You know what, y'all? I'm sailing into territory that I don't know. I don't have official opinions in, because it's just both. All the sides have good points.
The media and politicians try to tell us Putin is a big problem. They now want to increase our army and shit.
Oh,
The
yeah?
media and politicians try to tell us Putin is a big problem. They now want to increase our army and shit.
Interesting. I do believe in having good defense, but also America, like, look what happened over here. We've got a war machine, like, just, what's the word I'm thinking of? Not economy, but like market going. Apparently. I know nothing about it, but I always read about people talking about it. But I don't know shit about it. But I do believe in having a strong defense. However, when the economy is already hurting, I don't know. Again, I'm sailing into territory that I'm just like, Renzo, you don't know any better. Shut up, Renzo. You don't know shit. No, not really. Like, you know, there's some opinions you have and you're like, yes, this is an opinion I'm pretty sure I'm correct about. If there was any correct opinion in the first place. And there's other opinions you have and you're like, you know what? Ask me again in 5 years. I don't know.
They put billions in the military, but I don't see anybody want to go to the army and eventually fight. It's just PPL getting richer, I guess. They put billions in the military, but I don't see anybody want to go to the army and eventually fight. It's just PPL getting richer, I guess.
Yup. That's what I meant by, like, the war machine, like, economy going on, yeah. Which, and honestly, and again, I don't really know what I'm talking about, alright? But I feel like if it's purely for defense purposes...
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you.
Yeah. I love it when everybody agrees. And I'm like, wait a minute. We could all be wrong. And then we're all just a bunch of idiots being wrong on the internet. No, I'm just joking. What was I saying? Oh. If you're just making stuff for defense purposes, and, you know, just, you know what I mean by, like, you know, peacekeeping type stuff. And here's the thing, that we have to assume that the government is going to be not only intellectually honest, but, what's the word I'm thinking of? Not... liars? And just, I don't know. Like, imagine if we had people who were not only competent, but just were, like, not going to take advantage of their advantageous positions in society. Not take advantage of their advantageous positions. Wouldn't that be nice? But alas. Well, Renzo, you know what? Why don't we all just go and
Putin
sing?
can't beat Ukraine, and they want to tell us he could come for the whole EU. The fuck? Putin can't beat Ukraine, and they want to tell us he could come for the whole EU. The fuck?
Oh, yeah? So they're, like, trying to, like, fearmonger? You feel like? Do you think it has anything to do with apparently, like, Trump, like, saying, like, he'll, like, I don't know. I don't even know if Trump said it. I've just been reading about...
Yes.
So
Yes.
Trump's is involved? Okay. I see what people are saying when they're like, you know what, though? If America wants to play the global police, then you know what? I don't think it's very fair to... I don't know. I'm just thinking about what I read on people on Reddit talking to each other. And I just kind of, like, read it. And I'm just kind of like... On one side, people are like, oh, America shouldn't have to pay for anything. But then on the other side, it's like, okay, well, then America can butt out.
So they can spend all that good money. And yes, Trump didn't help.
Yeah,
So
Trump
they can
didn't
spend
help
all
it.
that good money. And yes, Trump didn't help.
Well, I can assure you, a lot of us are very offended by just like kind of like the middle finger he's been like given to a lot of y'all. Makes us look bad. There is one thing he did that I was like, that's interesting. And that was apparently he like, I don't really know much about it. But I don't know. Apparently he pissed off Netanyahu or something. I don't even know. I'm just like, I wonder what's going on there. But I don't know anything about it. I don't even know how valid of a statement that is, to be perfectly honest. I've not looked into it. I just, you know. But yeah, I don't know. You just gotta take it day by day. I got this from Bo Burnham. I wish
Americans should worry about the states. We will survive Trump. Americans should worry about the states. We will survive Trump.
Oh, we do worry about the states. We do. I worry about the states. But I don't worry about Putin as much as I worry about China. But I don't know how much my fear of China, you know, is like something that is warranted.
My son is my legacy.
I'm just afraid of them because
My son is heir to the
they just scare me. I mean, if they don't bother us, then I don't care. But I don't look into it because I don't know where to even begin.
Instead of safeguarding the sanctity of my family.
I'll just stick to trying to figure out
Who did this? What?
the perfect
Question who did this? Who
portfolio project.
Queen of plastics? Smug cunt of Dragonstone.
At least we don't have monarchies anymore.
Laughing at me. She's fucking laughing at me.
That must have been really frustrating. Having people ruling because of divine right. Give me a break.
You wish my life to this day. I may embrace it. God is the take some. Now we have granted his land to us.
Judy, no, you're not leaving. However, I have
Rather
heard.
sooner than later, China will take over. More PPL, more money. I don't see how else it should work out.
That's why they scare
Rather
me.
sooner than later, China will take over. More PPL, more money. I don't see how else it should work out.
That's why they scare me.
Studying all this protocol. We know our enemy.
But again, like I said, if as long as they don't invade us.
I suppose you're right.
That goes for anybody, right? Nobody wants to be invaded. That's dehumanizing. We should all just make a pact not to invade anybody. I don't know if that works that way, Renzo. It's not that simple, Renzo, you idiot. I'm sorry. Now, even if it were that
They will
simple,
not invade the U.S.
We were assaulted.
They will not invade the U.S.
In our own beds. I will not be seen as
as long as they don't do that, as long as I don't have to deal with people, yeah, like getting invaded and just all the stuff that comes along with that. You know, it doesn't. I've read about it. I don't.
dragon escaping the pit. The people see it over. Whisper in the streets. They say perhaps Rhaenyra should be queen. So you would name her monster slayer.
But
I would do more than that. A few remnants. Let them see the
I don't know.
Let them look upon the works of this pretender.
But China's got their own problems, as everybody does. You can't be that huge of a country and not have issues. Definitely not a fan of the CCP, but I'm not a fan of any big government, I don't believe. This requires a lot of attention and focus. Yay. Wait, is there any back here? Okay.
The dependency is the problem, but hey, someone will figure out something. The dependency is the problem, but hey, someone will figure out something.
Yeah, dependency. Well, hopefully they will. I think they will. We all need to use the power of friendship. Oh, man. Oh, yes. No, but you want to know something? Power of friendship's pretty powerful. I'm not gonna sell that. Cherry pie, cherry pie, cherry pie. I believe those are all the questions I have at the moment. Thank you for answering them. My brain likes to hear what goes on in other parts of the world.
In the end, as long as there is money to be made on all sides, I guess they all will stay somewhat cool. In the end, as long as there is money to be made on all sides, I guess they all will stay somewhat cool.
Here's the scary thing, though. They can make money off of war. And I feel like that's what America is very guilty of. And I really am pissed off about it. They go and they get our 18-year-old young men all excited to go fight for freedom. And they get, you know, their freaking legs blown off. And they bleed out. And the ones that survive are never the same. And they make us look like, I don't know, I just like, how just, I thought we were better than this. Thought we were better than this. But you know what, I guess a lot of us did growing up. I'm like, no, but we could be better than this.
I was hired by the Damon Targaryen. He paid us half now. Half when he's on his own. A rat catcher.
If they could figure out a super secure way, I don't know, it's just like, you'd have to be able to demonstrate to the common average Joe that this is like secure enough so that everybody's going to put their mutual trust in it. But you could come up with a blockchain voting system where everybody just votes for. At least I'm just thinking here in America. Y'all could do whatever you want to do. But here, I was thinking we could have a blockchain where we all just vote on whoever we want to be president.
But you make more money in times of peace. That is true. But you make more money in times of peace.
But what if you're selling a whole bunch of weapons to other countries who are at war? Because we do that, definitely. We go and we sell weapons to actually a lot of our enemies, it seems like. Enemies. I don't know. Everybody seems to be... Yeah, they're all freaking probably best buds. Whatever. Just sucks when it's done in your name. I mean, excuse me? And these are the taxes that I pay are supporting this? What? And then you're gonna make me have to go out of my way to file my taxes. And then the blockchain, you can implement a way to decide what your taxes go to. Ooh, that's good. And it would be a true democracy. Everybody would get to put in their input. It might not be the optimal thing, but I feel like it would be the most fair thing, which often has a way of optimizing itself. But again, the security, and also being able to demonstrate to the entire population that this thing is foolproof, which I don't even know if that's possible. That would be pretty cool though.
We sell weapons too, but those conflicts are not at home. We sell weapons too, but those conflicts are not at home.
Yeah. Proxy wars. But that's the way to make money. And I mean, like, if you're doing it for legit reasons, like, I don't know, whatever. I haven't thought about it enough to really have an opinion on that. But if you're just doing it to make money, you're essentially fueling war. It's kind of fucked up. They do make cool stuff, though. Rockets and stuff, and missiles, and things that blow up. I will say it is pretty cool.
AI will rule over us. It will be fine XD. AI will rule over us. It will be fine XD.
I don't know if it'll rule over us. I don't know if it has the capacity to rule. If AI is going to rule over us, then we're already ruled by tech in the same way. Technology, so whatever. You could say we were ruled by the light bulb. We had electricity. Definitely ruled by the electricity. Ruled by the wheel. You know, ruled by science.
Having lost my own son, that I would inflict such a thing on Helena of all people. An innocent.
Alright, let's see here. We gotta go to the library.
The death of Prince Viserys was a shock. So grieved with my
You know what I was just thinking, though, about my hypothetical situation where we all vote on the blockchain? That's like, hypothetically, and for the sake of the example, completely and 100% secure, and everybody's, you know, like, yeah, this thing's secure. We're all convinced. But not just convinced, the thing is actually secure. We're going to take that as a given. But this is just this is speculation island. What was my main point?
Did you send assassins to murder children in their beds?
I sent the Queen's vengeance first.
What did you tell this vengeance? What did you say to him? Damon, but a boy lies dead and I am accused of killing it.
Shit, what was I just saying?
I was clear in my instructions. Aim, the brother of Egon who you set upon. I cannot be responsible.
Cannot be responsible.
Well, you know what? Does it say so in this title? I'll update the title if I decide this angle is suitable. International Museum Day is a day to understand the educational wonder that only museums can provide. Apparently, this is a Japanese thing. As a collecting place for all types of knowledge, museums are a critical resource for learners far and wide. Indeed, they can spark imaginations, making difficult ideas easier and perhaps even more fun to grasp. Oh my gosh, I love this. To put it simply, International Museum Day is a day for getting to know your local museum. Now the stamp rally works Thusley. The bug, fish, fossil, and art galleries each have 3 stamp stations. Ugh. You must find the stations in each gallery and acquire their stamps. Do so and you'll earn a memento. There's several unique mementos, one for completing the rally in each gallery, who, it's true, do be sure to give it a go whilst pursuing the museum's many fine exhibits.
With which to grasp at your stolen inheritance.
Well, you know what, since it's just such a beautiful intro, we'll do it. What was I talking about? Oh, the blockchain. Oh, you'd have to worry about, like, troll votes and stuff.
Yes, but before that,
That could be problematic.
a council of war. Well,
I don't know if it would be foolproof.
in my bedchamber, and afterward, when I continued to consider the terms of the forest.
To give up my brother's throne to the traitorous lies of
My throne, Damon, mine.
Stamps.
I think you used my words as an excuse to take your own revenge, to indulge the darkness you keep sheathed within you like a blade.
Everybody wants to rule the world.
Not on my way even now to Harrenhal to raise an army in your neighbouring era. Yours!
Sometimes there's 2 of the really big fish. It's like a cool glitch.
You accept me
I get your point.
and will
But what is that talk about? Is it because Trump yapping about stolen elections?
even now
He won the last one, didn't complain there. I get your point. But what is that talk about? Is it because Trump yapping about stolen elections? He won the last one, didn't
Oh.
complain there.
That was just me kind of like just brainstorming. It wasn't really about anything.
He was afraid to be seen in my shadow.
Is that what you understand of your own brother?
Better than I do. He was raised at his side.
Other than, I guess, like, I don't know. I guess my point was,
Of your virtue.
or I guess it comes from the fact that we're not a true democracy, even though that we say that we're a democracy. We're actually a republic.
Because you knew your legacy, unlike
And I was just kind of like doing just a little,
Of you, Damon,
what's it called?
not trust you.
Thought experiment.
Trust you.
You saw greatness, but shrank from spilling blood to achieve it, and I see you will suffer the same fate.
You struck down a child.
But then I realized that there were more parameters to account for than I felt like dealing with.
It was a mistake.
That poor oarfish. It's just like, come on, y'all. I still have one more fish. I don't know what fish it is. I don't know what season you catch it during. Is it during or in? Whatever. Bo!
Alien. Alien.
I bet Octavian that I could eat my weight in mixed pay. What? And he said I couldn't. Thank you, Bo. And look, he's wearing a hot dog. He really likes food. I don't have anything to give him. I really want his photo. I'm kind of butthurt he hasn't given it to me yet. But I don't really give him as many gifts as I probably should. I don't want to give him the wrong gift. And I don't want to give him too many snacks, because then he'll replace all his furniture with snacks. But I guess whatever makes him happy.
You must follow his own path.
Yay. Huzzah. And fauna. What a surprise. As it happens. Well, YouTube, I am going to have another go at troubleshooting D-Live. Now that I think about it, I don't even know if YouTube will let me keep this up because I have House of the Dragon on in the background. We shall see. I just don't want to anger anything.
OMG. Girl.
Wait.
Girl.
Hold on. Let me get out my chat. Oh, Jesse! What are you doing here? Oh my gosh, you want to know something? Things just got interesting.
Yeah, WTF, mate. Yeah, WTF, mate.
I'm sorry I didn't
Miss
tell
Scriber,
you.
it was a pleasure to see you online again, as always. But now I have to go to work. Have a good one, CYA.
Goodbye,
Miss
Morts.
Scriber, it was a pleasure to see you online again, as always. But now I have to go to work. Have a good one, CYA. I called you. I called you.
You did. You did, you did, you did. This is a perfect time to end this stream. Fix D-Live, and Jesse, I'll call you back. That sound like a good plan?
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
A most judicious proposition.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right.